We're here at my local Hobby Lobby to look at the yarns for 2023. They finished the reset a few weeks ago, but I wanted to make sure the shelves were going to fill in a bit. So my Hobby Lobby now is only 1, 2, and 3 rows long. So let's go have a look and see what made the reset. So this is the Yarn Bee Scrub It Scrubology, or Scrubology Scrub It. And this is really nice to make scrubbies and sponges out of. It's sort of a tubular, sort of nylon, polyester sort of material, but it works up really well. There you see it says what it is. It's nylon, and it is 79 yards at 3 ounces per ball, and it makes quite a few scrubbies, and I think they have it in like 12 different colors. But I love to use this to make scrubbies for the bathroom, scrubbies for the kitchen. So here you see all the colors, and there's definitely plenty here to work with. This is the Bambootiful. I have not tried this. I believe I have maybe 6 or 7 skeins of this in a silver or a gray. 200 and, as I say, 57 yards at 4 ounces. 50% cotton, 50% viscose from bamboo. I think this would make a really nice summer top. Haven't, like I said, tried it yet, but I do have some of the silver. It's not quite as soft as the I Love This Cotton, but it feels good. I think this would make up a pretty drapey, I would think. Had a little bit of a weight to it, I think. There's linen and the white. And here is cerulean blue. Didn't catch that one. We're missing one here. That one was a green. Oh, I think it was olive that was supposed to be in the middle, maybe. Or basil, that was it. It was supposed to be basil that was missing, that middle one. And then that one was really pretty. Missed the name of that. And that's pretty much all they have. They didn't have much in the Bambootiful. Now here is the I Love This Cotton. It is a great feeling cotton. It's really soft. It's what I would call garment quality cotton. But I really feel like they have reduced the colors that they used to have. Feels super nice. I would absolutely make a wearable out of this. We have 180 yards at 3.5 ounces of 100% cotton in a 4 medium. That's a bright blue. Really nice. We have some prints here, and the prints are 153 yards at 3 ounces. So a little less in the prints. That's not uncommon. So I was just double checking myself there. And let's just have a little overview look of some of these colors. It had enough colors that I didn't really want to go through each one. Felt like that would take too much time, and there's lots of yarn to look at. These are so pretty. I could really see a lot of different things being made out of these. I don't know, you tell me. Do you guys feel like they shrunk down the colors of the I Love This Cotton? Did they used to have more options than this? Because I kind of feel like they did. Still have a plenty, I guess. So that's the I Love This Cotton. And around the end cap here we have the True Colors. Now this is not a new yarn either. This has been here a while. And we have 76 yards, 5 ounces, 100% acrylic. And this is one of those bulky yarns. Oh, that's the color there. Some pinks. Both of those were the same here. And that is a rose. Is that what it said? Yeah, rose. And we have Auburn Apple Blossom. Auburn Apple Blossom. This is a pretty thick yarn. Not sure what you would make with this, but maybe a hat or a scarf, but it'd be kind of chunky. Here we have red. It's really pretty though. And that was like a hot pink, I think. Hot orange. That was pretty bright. And pumpkin. Missed that one. This one was called Jasper. It's the name of my cat. And my cat happens to be brown and black, so I think that's kind of funny. This is pretty. Was that a mustard? I really liked this yellow. It was yellow. It was kind of like a buttery colored yellow. I liked it. Here we had navy and November periwinkle. Pretty. September Sage. And here is another navy. Pretty color. More navy. I think when they double it up like that, it's because there's an empty spot. They haven't got something. That's amethyst. Pardon the door squeaking. Someone just came in. Then I found a few more up here at the top. We have the light gray. This one was charcoal. And black. I had to reach up there. Fall Frost. It's kind of pretty. That was sort of a little bit like marled maybe. And wait, Oklahoma City, geez. Ivory. I was going to read you the city. And white. And way up here where I could barely reach, we had Frost Flurry. And Butterscotch Rose. And Pistachio Twist. That was probably my favorite. Didn't come out really great on camera, but I liked that one. I don't think I would use something quite like that, but it was really a pretty color. Now we're coming up to the I Love This yarn. This is their staple value yarn. And of all the value yarns in the market, this one is probably my favorite. We're at $4.99, 355 yards of 7 ounces, 100% acrylic for weight. So this just feels nice. It is probably the squishiest, softest value yarn. I love working with it. I love how it works up. The project has a lot of squish to it. It washes nice. It dries nice. It's just good stuff. Good stuff. Last year, people were concerned that there were rumors that they were going to reduce this to 5-ounce skeins, but that didn't happen. So thank you, thank you. And there are a ton of colors, so we're not going to look through all the names, but on some of these printed and variegated ones, I did try to go in a little bit because it didn't look, they couldn't really tell from a distance, so I do go in on some of these printed ones. Lots of solid colors on here. There are so many good projects you can make. I made a couple of scarves for some co-workers, and they loved them. They wore them all winter. And I have a blanket I'm preparing to make from this. It's just so cozy and squishable. Woo, look at that hot pink. It's a nice color. They have a really good amount of prints and maybe some tweeds or something. And of course you have to have the solids because, that's the whole main deal of the value yarn is you got to have all your solids. This was interesting. Bright stripes. Now the prints are smaller skeins than the, I believe they're 5-ounce on all of these prints and marls and tweeds and things. The solids are 7 ounces. Not very many empty spots, so this is nice and full. That one was pretty. I could do something with that one for sure. Okay, that's nice. Getting into the blues. Ooh, those were pretty. That's interesting. And we found some sparklies. I don't think that's new though. I feel like they had sparklies last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Some of those they were kind of confetti looking. And I feel like we just go on. Wow, look at that. That's neat. I don't know what I'd make with that, but that's neat. Now, they didn't clearance out these in either of my 2 Hobby Lobbies in my area in this last clearance. But I know some people did get some on clearance in other areas, but they just really didn't clearance out very many in any area that I'm familiar with. So I think most of these stayed. Ooh, that's pretty right there. Look at that. Now those would make good fall something. Those are pretty. I could see using those with the nice fall colors for something. A shawl or a hat, a scarf, some mitts. I like it when they have samples. All of their samples seemed to be knitted though, the few they had. I wish sometimes they would have some crochet as well. I do crochet, but I am learning to knit. I like to see samples in both sometimes. Ooh, these reds are pretty. There's a patriotic one. How many times can you say pretty, right? The pinks, my mom's color. And then we get into the basics here. We have the white, the off-white, the kind of more natural, and the black. There's a little gray down there too. That's a large aisle of I love this yarn. Lots of variety. Now we come to the Simply Flawless, and I thought this was really different. It had a really nice squishy feel. It's 420 yards, 7 ounces of 100% low pill acrylic, and it's really tightly spun. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just twisted really tight, and it feels really soft. I did get some of this in that stash that I inherited, I guess you would say. Here's the Simply Flawless in the print. It does have a little less yardage. And I haven't tried this yet. It's just in my stash. Felt great though. But one thing I've learned is just because a yarn feels one way on the skein does not mean that that's how that yarn is going to be when it's finished. I have had soft yarn wash up and dry up and not feel as great. And I've had yarn that didn't feel as great wash and dry up beautifully and just really soften up. And I've had other yarn like the I Love This Yarn value we just looked at that felt is just as great when it was on the skein as it did when it washed and dried, and it was just beautiful throughout the whole process. I think this is one of the colors I have in my stash now. Really nice. I'm interested to see how that stuff works out. They're missing a few colors. I couldn't quite see here what that color was. But I think that they did add some colors to the Simply Flawless, did they not? Usually when they do that, it means that the yarn did okay. Now here's the sport weight. This is the I Love This yarn in the smaller weight. Now this for sure, they decreased the colors because they did have more of this stuff last year. So they did keep it, but in a smaller quantity. This is the Yarn Bee Yarn ID. And let's see, we're looking at 252 yards, 80% acrylic, 20% polyamide, 5 ounces. I have not tried this yarn, but I have quite a bit of this, maybe like 9 or 10 skeins in that stash I was given. So we'll be interested to see, this is the oats, by the way, what this is like. The Cafe LA. We have fawn. I think I have 1 skein of fawn. A lot of these I had multiples, but just 1 skein of that. Here's another fawn. But these 2 fawns were different colors. Look at that. So one thing at Hobby Lobby is you got to check your dye lots. For sure. I don't have that color or the oats, but I did have the fawn, I believe, in my stash. Now these 2 rows were copies, so I think that one of those rows just had missing colors that haven't come in yet. This is a pretty color. I don't have that one. What was this one? Rosewater. It's a nice color too. This is thistle. I do have several of the thistle in my new stash. Didn't catch the name of that one, but that was pretty. I'd like some of this, the indigo. So if I use what I have and it feels nice, works up nice, washes nice, I'm going to get some of that other one. Color we just saw a minute ago. Was this brick? I liked this one too. It is brick. And then we have the soft succulent, which was a nice green. And Bonnie Lass. Kind of like a moss green. So that was a lot of colors. They did not have that many colors last year, I believe. Now, I did not see this last year. This is a second chance. It's new to me. 367 yards, 7 ounces, 60% recycled acrylic, and 40% recycled polyester. And it felt like Super Saver to me. So it was not a real soft yarn. But, you know, who knows how it will wash up. Super Saver washes up nicer than it feels, so this could too. They didn't have a whole lot of colors. They have the white and the ivory, some black, and then what we saw below that. Now these are the cotton sugar wheels, and I feel like they also decreased the colors in this. I don't think they have near as many as they had last year. 335 yards, 5 ounces of 100% cotton. And again, this is something I would consider to be garment cotton. It feels that nice. I mean, obviously you could use anything you want with it, make market bags or whatever, but it felt like something that I would wear against the skin. Now, some of these were $7.99, so those are the new ones. Some of these will still say $6.99 if they're leftovers from last year and they kept the colors. So try to find your $6.99 ones while you can. Honey, It's Homemade. That was an interesting name. Wow, that's bright, right? Pretty. Nutmeg or something. I have this one. I have quite a few of these in my stash from last year, so that's another color they kept. And hiding in the back are some solids, so those weren't supposed to be here. Those were all clearanced out. So they got a couple of these solids left, but the new reset, no solids. I really liked this one. Might have to come back and get that when they're 30% off every other week. We'll have to see. So that's all they had for the sugar wheel cottons. Now we're looking at the Soft Secret, and this has actually been said to be like the Caron Simply Soft, and I'm currently working a project with it, and it is somewhat like that, but it's a little bit shinier, it's a little bit like maybe thinner feeling, and it's also drapier. So similar, but not exactly the same. I kind of liked the way that it feels, and I do like the way that it is working. But here's the cocoa. It is 300 yards at 6 ounces, 100% acrylic. I wouldn't replace my Caron Simply Soft with this because it's just enough different that there's cognac that I'm going to say it's kind of a different yarn. We have, whoop, didn't see that one. Mist and Smoke, Fog. 2 of the fogs there. What is this? Shale, I have that one. I have quite a bit of this in my stash. Maybe 12 skeins. Here's Lime in different colors that was in my inherited stash. Olive. So I didn't buy any of it, but I have it and I am enjoying using it. We have here Seafoam. Pretty. Avocado Green. And Pale Aqua. They had a lot of colors. I feel like they have more colors than they used to maybe in this. What is this one? It is Turquoise, Sage. Did we already see the Sage and the Cognac? I think we did. So we have Soft Pink. And that one's pretty. Pink. Here's some of the ombres, Whisper. And I think the ombres have a little bit less yardage. So yeah, 199 yards at 4 ounces. And Blue Teal. Nice and bright. Sky Blue. What was this one? Missed that one. Ooh, that's an electric blue. Royal Blue. Here's another ombre, Blueberry Hill. And, oh, didn't see that one. Missed that one too. Ooh, that is a hot pink for sure. Missing something here. What color was that? Hope if you were quick, you could have seen it. Here's a garnet. I have some of that in my stash. Chili pepper, that's what I'm using right now for a project. And it looks really nice. It's not as bright a red as it looked on camera. Mauve, I think that was mauve. And navy. Boy, I'm moving kind of fast, aren't I? Well, there was a lot of yarn to get through. In my defense, lilac. Hot grape. French, what does that say? French lilac? That is a pretty color. I would definitely use some of that. And here's another, whoops, off camera there, violet. Hot orange. What did that say? I'm sure you could probably see it in the video though. Pumpkin spice. Honey, I do have some of that as well. This was a lovely yellow. Is it butter? Oh yeah. And it's really pretty. Probably the best yellow I've seen. And we have biscuit. And ivory. So a lot of colors. Like I said, I really think like they have more colors this year than they had before. But if you've seen most of these, then maybe I'm wrong. Now we have the pearl spun. I had not seen this prior. It is 150 yards at 3.5 ounces. I feel like it's not maybe a brand new yarn, but it's kind of new-ish this year. And it's again tightly spun. I think it had a different sort of a feel to me. But yeah, low pill. So pearl we have there. Whoops. Boy, I'm moving fast. Jade. Rust. Is that all they had? So they didn't have a whole lot of colors in that. Here is Easygoing in the color Willow. 175 yards, 3.5 ounces, 60% acrylic and 40% polyamide. It felt nice. Let's see what colors we have here. And there's Cottage Rose. I think they had 2 of those. Sky. It's an eggplant. Golden brown. So not too many colors. Sometimes on newer yarns, they're just kind of checking them out and seeing how people like them. Now here's another low pill fiber. This is a soft and sleek, not in the chunky. This is a regular like 4 weight version. 232 yards, 5 ounces of 100% low pill acrylic. And you can see this is also tightly spun. I wonder if all low pill acrylic is tightly spun. This is the stuff here my mom has used before and really likes. Is it $4.99? A lot of pretty colors. Here is a pink variegated one. Did they have the pink variegated last year? I don't think so. Some grays. White. This one has some sparkly. Look at that. Very nice. Is that less yardage? I think that's what I was doing, was seeing if it was less yardage. There's some more variegated up there. I think it did well because when they brought it back, they brought back some more. Well, they had a pretty good, like, basic color range before. Black. Ooh, that's pretty. It washes and dries pretty well. I don't really believe that there's anything that's no pill, that's for sure, but it didn't do too bad. That's a pretty color. Here is a lilac-y color. Look at this one. Wow. Some neutrals. Kind of another violet-y lilac one. Here's yellow. We're not looking at the names of the colors in these. Must have been there's a lot of them. Some purples for my purple fans. I did like that one. There we go, another purple. That wasn't one. Sorry, grabbing the wrong row. green. Here's a blue. I would say that would be like an avocado-y. Woo, there's an olive kind of color. More of the variegated and printed. Wow, a lot of colors this time around. Lots of choices. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, and just keep going. I think this was our last row. There's a light blue. Teal kind of sort of colory. Gray blue. More of the variegated. And there's usually like one of those mustardy, goldy colors. Look at all of those. Yep, definitely a lot of choices. Now here we're looking at the Rustic Romantic. And this is 220 yards, 3.5 ounces, 85% acrylic. Whoops, I moved it. Didn't see what was under there. And I have some of this, I think, in like a blush sort of color that was in that stash that was given to me. So it felt okay. It wasn't the softest of yarn, but it had a nice kind of flow to it. Like it moved well. The fabric that it made moved well. These are the sugar wheels that are in the acrylic, and I really liked this color. I'm going to tell you, this strawberry something. It is 355 yards, 7 ounces, 100% acrylic, and it is a 4, it looked like. Is that what it said? So that is a plushy type of squishy yarn. But we have the candied, does I say candied orange? Going kind of fast. I'll have to remember to slow down a little. But then again, like I said, there's a lot of yarn here to get through today. So we were just making it work. Gimme Cobbler. And Go Go Cocoa. That's pretty. What do we have here? Mango Puff. I think they had that in a couple of sections. And, whoops, missed that one. But here we have it again. Whoops. Just be careful of the yarn. So there you go. You see the color there. Gentle. That's pretty. Oh, I like this one. With the teals and the greens. Gelato's my motto. That's pretty. Some yellows and... oh, I like that one too. There's some blues. Is that blueberry pie? Blueberry. Look quick, guys. Peppermint to be. Oh, I think we saw that one from up top. So some of these I feel like they're filling in, so we're missing some colors. But those are the acrylic sugar wheel cottons. Now these are the Soft and Sleek DK low pill fiber. I actually have that color in my stash. Again, I haven't used it yet. It was given to me. 478 yards, 4 ounces, 100% low pill acrylic. I think I have like 2 of those. Felt really nice. Pumpkin Paradise. Now this color I really like. I think it was called Oxblood. Yeah. Really pretty. I do not have that, but I wouldn't mind having some. And I have this one. Whoops, missed the name of that one, but it is also very pretty. And I think I have this one too. So those were not new colors. Here is a white color. And this is ivory. And black. So very nice on those. I can't wait to try some of those out. Here is Spiness. I do not have any of this and have not tried it. It is, whoops, viscose and polyester I saw, but I didn't get to see how much. There we go. We see our yardage and ounces there. I know that there are people that really like to spin this, so maybe you have to try it sometime. Some red, some blue, I think that's a teal, and black. So not very many of those. Now we have the, is this the Yarntopia? I have used Yarntopia in that exact color. That is the Scarlet. Now that is a nice drapey material, 312 yards of 4 ounces, and it is 100% acrylic. I have a scarf I made in that, and it is really nice, very drapey, very kind of elegant sort of looking. And there's some blush. And what is this? Anchor, ivory, and hummus. That might be new. I don't know. I don't remember the hummus. White. So we've lost some colors in Yarntopia, because I definitely have some colors that are not there anymore. Thanks for hanging out with me. Next time we'll look at the chunky yarn and the baby yarn. So look out for part 2, and we'll see you next time.